Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Ashallah, Allah, Ashallah, Allah, Washahamanandu Rasulullah, Ashahamanandu Rasulullah. Highla Salah, Highla Salah, Highla Salah, Highla Salah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. Al-Alam, Asasasa, Al-Asil, Lalum, Aliyah, Lakama, Alika, Ali Ma'um. Welcome to Al-Jumah. And like I say, don't miss Jumah. And this is a special Jumah. We got Lily back, my mama, my daughter, and I got in contact with a brother who I haven't seen in 25 years. And when I got to talk to him on the phone, I had to leave because we was making too much noise. And my wife was listening to, you can say, the excitement from the friendship that been cut in them years. But I know Muslims, all Muslims have an associate that would be considered a Muslim, would be considered a calm, just a good-natured person. And this brother always said that he would be a Muslim if I just had a little more evidence to show him. This when I was 26. Well, I got it. I've been talking to him for a couple of days, and he's still the same brother. But at the same time, I got a call from a brother in Palestine, I think, telling me about how the Jews are still over there doing them. So I already had Yahudi translated. I translated it into mathematics and added it to my prayer for this brother. So before I read Al-Kaf, I'm going to read what Yahudi sound like in mathematics. And all I can say is don't laugh because this is hard. And I'm going to put this first word up here in mathematics so you can see that this is a true word. It say, Yahoo, when they, you ask, ooh, you sin, and you do kung fu. Tune hin, you in, you hin in. He in, he win in, then 10. Ooh, he win in, tune, he win in you, you in then. Maybe raw into when they tune. When they tune. When ended. When the. To when did. When Eden. When they tune. In when they do done in, you done when yin, then when you ask, ooh, you sin. And every word you think you heard it. This is what it's saying. When the. That's one part. And like y'all see, the wind has been blowing. This is what these prayers in mathematics call for. When they talk about the time the people of Ad and Thamud being destroyed by wind, this is it. Then it's called, it's like it's saying, Yahoo, Wednesday, wind day. This is translating into a human readable language where y'all can understand it now. It says that you ask, ooh, you sin, and you do kung fu. We know on all kung fu movies, the people be looking gay. The men don't never have no shirts on. They don't ever have no beard on their face. They always. So if y'all didn't believe it was a real word, kung fu, K-U-N-F-U. It's like kung fu theater. Here go the word you ask. Here we go. got it? U-A-A-S. So that would be U-A-S. You ask, who you sin. And this is just what the Jews do. And all, like I say, the Kung Fu was invented by the people of the cave. In the cave. That's why every time they show a Kung Fu movie, they over there in the cave somewhere. Where ain't too many people living there, doing crazy stuff, getting drunk, inventing karate half naked. So this is hitting it right on the head. Then it goes down and say, he win in. Like you saying they winning? No. The wind is coming, this the end. They've been having windstorms over here in America, wind been blowing 120 some miles an hour, tearing everything up. Tornadoes in the wintertime. That's what all of this is calling for. But this is what I'm showing you now, Tucker. This is what your boy been studying. All this is the Arabic. I done got it so good, I can spell anything in English. And I'm going to show y'all something. When I be doing all this, it's a couple of letters that don't exist in Arabic. And tomorrow I will be receiving an Injil, the physical book, the Bible in the original script. And like I said before, I'm going to show y'all next Jumah. Nowhere in the Injil does it say Jesus Christ. And I know some brothers who call themselves Hebrew, and I never doubted them, but they used to be like, that's not the word in there. And Isa is not in there. But the word Amen Ra is in 1 Samuel. I found that yesterday. So when people say that black people always catch hell in America, black people been catching hell because they believed in the wrong stuff from the beginning over here. At one time it was good, but when after the slavery, black people, instead of doing what they knew they were supposed to do, some of them did it. But the rest of them turned back right around and put all their faith into the slave master. And ever since then, black people been catching hell. And they're going to continue to catch hell as long as they believe in that thing they invented called Jesus Christ. And all the other religions, the Nation of Islam pushed the Jesus Christ word. They going to pay. The Moorish Science Temple are the ones who went into the caves and woke the white man up and fucked up the whole world because they was not supposed to do it. Nowhere in the Quran do it tell the Moors to go into Europe and give white people baths and make babies. It don't say that. And now we paying the repercussions for that dumb stuff to this day. And to this day, the Moorish Science Temple is still talking about they own land because they signed a deal with America. They signed a deal with America crossing out the other brothers. That's why they say that. They talk about this land supposed to be Morocco. Morocco is in Africa. This is not Morocco. We're not Moroccans. But that's how all of us, this has been played. But these are the two letters that do not exist. So, if the P don't exist, no such thing as a pope, a pimp. These are your homemade words. Prostitute. What else? Jehovah, because it got a V in it. Vatican. Vagina. These is all they words they made up. All these words, and there's more than this. But these is words that they just made up, and they put these, this is their religion. They pope, they use the word pray, play, pope, pimp, prostitute, party. These is all the white man's words he made up with these two words. Party, poker. See, the list goes on and on. When you don't know what you're doing and you're following the blind leading the blind. And most of these words is, like I said, in preacher, start with a P. If the Bible, well, we know now that the Bible still is existing in the Arabic script. So none of these words is in there. None of these. And everything that they got a P in it don't exist. And they tell you how they do it. This is how they get slick with it. PH equals F. So, instead of having Pharaoh like it's supposed to be, they spell it with this. Telephone could be spelled with this, but they spell it with this. Remember I tell you, Mom, you can spell words out and it'll be different. They to trick people into using words that don't mean nothing. It's on, and if a guy is on the internet, he's saying he claimed Islam. He's saying, well, we believe in Jesus Christ and all of the prophets in the Bible. He promoting this shit right here. He not on this side, because them words don't come out of this. But this is how we should think when we go talk to these people now. They are all the way lost. I told my wife, when I get this Bible tomorrow, I will be able to see the extent of the damage done when I get to translate the Injil. Because I could just read it and I see what it's saying. In the Arabic script, what they call Aramaic. Because there's a lot of damage been done. Every religion on the face of the earth that do not participate in Jumah service right now on Fridays is going to hell. It's in their book. It's mathematics. They have nothing to fall back on. They can't do this no more. And say, well, I believe in the New Testament. Okay, if you believe in the New Testament, you Muslim. I'm knocking all this down. I'm knocking the whole foundation to the building down. They're not going to have nothing to rely on. And I had a conversation with a guy from Africa. Them is the craziest ones. Because I don't see how nobody as black as tar could pray to a white man. This brother was mad, not because I was wrong. He was mad because I sent him the truth. He said, hey, my job to open his eyes up. He was mad because I hit him with the truth. See, the truth hurt. It's funny when you got the falsehood and you going around telling people, you believe in Allah, you going to hell. Oh, Muhammad don't exist. Oh, man, y'all need to come to church. But see, when it's flipped around this other way, now everybody's saying, you shouldn't do like that. You shouldn't be like that. Why not? I just seen so many Muslims get did bad. Talk too crazy by ignorant Christians and people who believe in the Bible. Because they swear they got the truth when they follow the slave master. But like in the Quran, it say the truth will knock the brains out of falsehood every time. Every time I see somebody post it, that's the lovely part about the internet. Everybody spill all their guts on the internet. It ain't hard for me to find the sinners and the fools. Because y'all put y'all stuff right there up on blast. As soon as you go on Facebook, they got the stories going around. You can scroll through, see the girls get ready to go work at the strip club. The dudes dancing looking like fags doing the Memphis Juke. The dudes who got the liquor bottles piled all up, just keep scrolling. People got their kids retarded dancing with makeup on. And you see all of the fools. Go down and then you see they post. They say they Muslim, they posted pork chop sandwiches. Wash it down with Hennessy. And then all the women at the party butt naked. But they say they Muslim. This is how y'all just give up information. It ain't hard. And I like to study. My mama say I'm nosy. I sit on Facebook and see somebody, the people who watch the Jumah. See, I say all the people, they believers. Because I done went through almost all y'all pages who watch Jumah. Every time I put it up in all three of our stores, it get about 50, 60 views a piece. It's almost up to about 900 views a week. I go through almost all the people profiles just to see where they sitting at and what they thinking about. Just to see. And I can say that this done got a whole lot better than it was. Because now the people seem like they're watching, they're serious. And they study. Because all this is, then I'm going to tell you, let me put this back up here for the math. All right. That's the 9, that's the 3. That's the 6, a 4, a 3, and a 1. And this is 2. 9 minus 3 is 6. Right? That's a true statement. Let's see. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the 9. It goes on and on. That involves everything. This is a true statement in math. And then this can be considered 3 right here too. So that's the one that say you ass. It's calling them asses. The religion that they deny is the truth. It considered Jewish people are ass. They say, ooh, you sin. Because that's, like I said, that's all they do. This man contacted me. He said that the Jews had just bombarded their neighborhood that day. They ain't put that on the news that day up till now. They said nothing about it. But then you got black people over here who claim to be Jew in Hebrew. These are your people over here attacking these people for nothing. So you claiming a team that you don't even know about, but you're gonna claim the responsibility too for your team's actions. That's like I did. I'm finna read, let me read Calf. Then I'm gonna read Farrakhan in mathematics. Calf and mathematics. And I done got the Bismillah mathematics now. Bad send me in land hen and me amen raw he man and me amen raw he man in land can have in Yankee Alfie laughing in land, in win, in land, hun, in land, win, he 10, in land, he 10, in land, hun, men win, in land, fin, tune in, winter, and fun, land, moon, men, land, in kin, land, hun, lin, hun, fun, ten, kung fu, can have, can win, yin, can have, can yin, fin, hen, in, yin, han, yin, in, hun, you, fun, fun, in, fun, yin, in. And I'm going to read that in English. These are the instructions on taming the domesticated animals of mankind until they are accustomed to share the yoke. Before 2024, me and the being inside me will unite with and mix combined with the rest of the subjugated animals of mankind, producing a race of divine beings, then compile a book, being said author of. It's me, Isa, one of the three in the Trinity. To all families of deteriorating Caucasians and all African American families who mixed in so good they share the same blood type and diseases. To them, I'm a vapor, a phenomenon, a fiery meter, mixed with water, wind, clouds, rain, snow, hail, dew, frost, rainbows, lightning, thunder, and shooting stars. I'm an extraterrestrial, made up of the components of the universe. The essence raised to be a hammer, a riddle, with your future. The next equinox, a comet will land starting the springs of the earth to release water, all done in a mathematical code, holding the guilty to account. This should complain about intelligent primates of them at once. I am a divine being worthy of respect, love, acknowledgement. My son and daughter are divine beings who are worthy of respect, love, and acknowledgement, and affection. My household is worthy of migration towards, while showing courage, approaching this being who occupies two dimensions at once, the natural successor to mathematics, using equations to prove my existence, a divine celestial deity. Born February 5th, 1970 was the day of my rebirth at Stafford Troy Cave. Is Allahu, endowed with divine intellectual abilities, being able to pronounce a perfected prayer, harmonizing like music to achieve the goal. Yea, you are promised to be in pain and discomfort until your demise. It's been set up so beautifully. Divine retribution, plagues old and new, spontaneous combustion, lightning strikes, hurricanes, landslides, fires, earthquakes, animal attacks, atomic explosions, meant for Mecca, Jerusalem, Israel, Rome, Italy, Greece, Great Britain, Russia, Houston, Texas, Flint, Michigan, Little Rock, Arkansas, Florida, Spain, and the rest of the Americas, and every other country that supported the slave trade then and now. Complainers, you never agree on the truth, inconsistent with performing prayers, along with the applications, mispronouncing the chant without regard to the consequences, non-compatible, always a reason to go apostate, leaving the religion. Intelligent primates, you were always rebuked. You made a mistake, deceased, you've met your end. Natural spring water is denied to you. Denied to you also is bowing in worship with me, along with the coming of the kingdom of the Lord, or a message of comfort or reprimand. Nothing to try to make you change your evil ways, not a thing. Just the results of this divine retribution. Release for nobody but you. Deteriorating Asians and intelligent primates. Plagues old and new. Spontaneous combustion. Lightning strikes. Hurricanes, landslides, fires, earthquakes, and atomic explosions. Meant for Mecca, Israel, Rome, Italy, Greece, Great Britain, Russia, Houston, Texas, Flint, Michigan, Little Rock, Arkansas, Spain, Florida, and the Americas, and the rest of them countries that supported the slave trade then and now. Deceased, that's enough. You've met all the requirements. People of the cave, you've earned a spot. The caves have been set up with elegance and beauty. Now return, step by step, retreat. Due to open festering wounds, that will need cauterization, plaguing the people of the cave and Gentiles, a promise for all mountain dwellers, sodomites, alcoholics, villains, perverts, child abusers, oppressors, all law enforcement, all armed forces, all members of NATO, the Nation of Islam, Roman Catholics and clergy, Greeks, disease-carrying red-skinned African Americans, procrastinating anti-life women, abortion sterilizing participants, Yahweh and Jehovah's Witnesses, and the performers and producers of vulgar music and the DJs that play their music on the radio will be cut off entirely from the rest of the world until they learn to fit in and adapt, so return. This has all been set up so beautifully. Get prepared. As soon as possible. You don't have a minute to waste in order to be made acceptable by getting slimmed down a little. Circumcised, men and women. That's if you want to be able to feel the sensation of making love by removing that extra skin, making it easier to clean yourselves, bringing the diseases to an end, that irate feeling, and adding a touch of elegance and beauty. So retreat now. Turn back and scrape the scum and filth from your bodies, step by step, day after day, non-stop, in order to be provided some protection from this divine retribution of plagues old and new, spontaneous combustion, lightning strikes, hurricanes, landslides, fires, earthquakes, atomic explosions, and animal attacks. Meant for Mecca, Israel, Rome, Italy, Greece, Great Britain, Russia, Houston, Texas, Flint, Michigan, Little Rock, Arkansas, Florida, Spain, and the Americas, and the rest of the guilty ones who supported the slave trade then and now. And with that, I take a break for the first part of the Kuba. Salam alaikum. Al-Alam, Asasasa, Al-Asim, Lalum, Aliyah, Lakama, Alika, Ali, Na'um. Welcome to the second part of Al-Jumah. This one is about Farrakhan and mathematics. First, let me let you see it. All right, for you Arabic readers. First, I'm going to put the vowels up for Farrakhan. Farrakhan. Now, that's the regular way. See, this is the math problem. It hasn't been solved yet. The letters all this represent the tones. That represent the numbers. Now, we're going to learn some good stuff today, so that's just Farrakhan. Now, we're going to put the math on it. Check this out, huh? Everybody know what a coon is, don't they? You know what a coon is, Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Like they be talking about house nigga, a coon.
Yeah.
Okay. This is fear kind of mathematics. Fear. That's the first word. Fear. In. Like putting an end to something. Cooning. Tap dancing. That's what Farrakhan means. In the Quran, Farrakhan is considered a coon. I'm going to leave this up there because I know some of y'all know a little Arabic. This is ka. So, ki, ku, can, coon. Coon, nin. Fear, in, cooning. We finna put an end to the cooning right now. Ban send me in land hen and me amen raw he man and me amen raw he man fear in kunin fire in fun yin fear tune fear, in fear, in, you fatty run, you fear winter, fear weekend, you funny winning, funny you tan, funny you winning. Run, coon, winter. Are you to run? You to run. Raw in you. I rule in I. You rule in yin. Run you in. Me raw antenna. You run, win, yin, ill fun, alfin, in Yankee, and coon, win, in coon, you too, coon way, coon win, winning, coon in noon, coon in, coon win in, coon winning, coon you new tune, coon winning, noon winning, you new you. When it's saying coon winning, coon win in. That means the wind is blowing in. So y'all roof probably gonna get blown off a couple of y'all buildings. I'm just being for real because it happened to the brothers on 12th Street. They got to talking that crazy stuff. Me and my daughter came back here and laid a prayer on them for being disobedient. And they had to get their roof fixed. But that was before this right here. This is considered a coon. This is the fear tune. Like a tune, you know, like a tune to the cartoon, they sing the song. Fear, in fear. Because they feeling the fear now. I don't care what they say. They killed Malcolm X when he stepped on their toes. See, this is different from then. And Malcolm X, that was a good brother. Back then, that was the best this land had to offer was Malcolm X. Not none of them. If it wouldn't have been for Malcolm X, you wouldn't even know Farrakhan. Because they wouldn't have had nothing to build their foundation on. They had to do like white people, you know. At the foundation is nothing but bad stuff to get to where they at. If it wasn't for him, you would know none of them niggas. And if they would have stayed on the right way, he picked the wrong name in the world to go by, Farrakhan. And before he was born, the Quran was revealed way before him. This word was in there, but this is what it meant. A coon, a bad person. He came and picked the name, and Farrakhan Muhammad name is in there too. They came and picked retarded names. Names that don't mean nothing. The man don't even know what his name means. Everybody should know what their name means. If you don't know, get a dictionary. Just go see what your mama and them was thinking about when they named you. Some people name they don't even need a dictionary. They made it up. But go see what your name means. And then if you're going to pick a Muslim name, I'm going to tell you now, don't pick nothing start with no F. That means you're trying to get the dirt off your body. It either pick something start with the hard H, the R, the S, or the Y, or A, like Abraham or Esau. Something like that. See, y'all grab the alphabets and don't know what they mean. If you using this one, that's means you eat bloody meat. With this one right here, see, his name made up all crazy stuff. This one right here means to get drowned by water right now. Or drink some poison water and die at this very moment. Organ failure. See, these root words in Algonquin, because remember, this is Algonquin. That's the Arabic. This is the Algonquin. These root words already have meanings. And they meanings not going to never change. I don't care if I can make this say fun, run. Run in Arabic means for an animal to go back to their den and catch on fire. See, we don't run in the battle. So that's for the other people. See what I'm saying? And then the R is me, raw. You have been seen and found guilty. That's your judgment. This is when you come to the end. This means go take a bath, you're dirty. You have been seen doing crazy stuff. You've been found guilty. This is me, Yaki. I'm coming with the wrath to give it to you. This is because you eat bloody meat and you don't do right. This means kill your ass right now at this very moment. Farrakhan. That's in the root words. So, I don't know why he picked his name. I don't know why Farouk picked his name. That was your first two. It mean go take a bath, Farouk. This means you eat blood, you drink wine, and eat bloody meat too. So I'm saying they picking crazy. And Sam is a good name, even though they call my daddy Sambo. Sambo is the name for Shem in the Injil. That's right. That's another good name. They try to make funny names of my dad's name. His name is a type name. But everybody should study. I'm glad you came back, Lily. How you doing? Mm-hmm. And I know you watching, Tucker. How you doing, brother? See, I got a beard, grow all that stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you, I feel good to talk to my man because we had some ties going through our ordeal together. But this is the reward you get for disobedience. My mama said it's like I wrote a book and left it for myself and I came back. That's about just what it is. And because I got my own sense of humor. I can see me now giving it to somebody who's smart. Here, I'm going to leave this with you. I'll be back. Don't worry about it. Just do what you're going to do with it. You're smart here. It's been over 1,500 years. And ain't nobody could tell. This was a 3 all the way up to I run on the board over here. Nobody's saying that this resembled a 3 or that looked like a 9. It looked like a 9. That looked like a 9. Nobody's seen none of that. Now you know what it means to be blind and see at the same time. Now people say they're blind. You can see, but you're blind. You don't know what you're looking at. That's what's going on now. People, all these sheikhs and scholars been reading Quran on the internet. Oh, they be sounding good as hell. They don't be saying nothing right, though. Like a little song like R. Kelly singing something somebody wrote down, a little song. And he don't know what the hell he's saying. They had a little kid, and Africans is guilty of that too. They get up there with the little kids and get 1 million likes. They saying stuff, don't know what the hell they saying. Only good thing about them is they not cursing themselves. But when you get other people up there like them pure Arabs, see they on the borderline. They cursing themselves. And I'm going to show you another one. This is something everybody say before they pray. They're supposed to. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Now y'all know this is a good one though. All this is in mathematics. Now this is the problem. Takbir. They say Takbir. When they say that, they say, put your hands on Takbir, and everybody say Allahu Akbar. So we know Allahu Akbar means 2, 5, 70. Me, be that. This in mathematics means a whole lot different than that. This is talking to you people who don't believe that's over there in the Middle East. 2. Okay, the other one back there, my mama. 2. Calf. Then you run. Wait, now we going. 2, Kaaba. You run. This is a message to you people in the Middle East that don't believe. Y'all done covered up a building already. They don't mean Takbir. This means to Kaaba, you run. Run up in there and catch fire. Because y'all done covered up a house that ain't trying to cover it up. Y'all done covered up my house, put a blanket on it, and then you niggas done cut a little hole in the corner and stick y'all head up in there. I'm like the Christians. I want to know what the hell that mean. It looked perverted. I wouldn't do it, would you? Would you? Would you, mama? A big old house. And they got it all covered up. They got one little thing like a shiny toilet bowl on the corner. And they stick their head up in there. What they looking at? It wasn't no electricity back then, not that I know of over there. So the lights ain't on. Who they looking at? That's how crazy they is over there. Then the men walk around holding hands. One dude tried to tell me that's friendship. I said, man, y'all crazy as hell. Then they kiss. The Muslims over there in the Middle East, they hold hands. The men kiss each other on the cheek. That dude tried to do Peter Pan like that on Right Avenue. Peter Pan was ready to fight. See what I'm saying? I be telling y'all the Nation of Islam gang, they tried to kiss the little homeboy. He half white. He ain't that white though, because he ain't go for that one. He said, man, them niggas crazy. I said, what he do? He talking about, he gonna try to kiss me time. That's how they show affection. That was the last time Peter Pan went too. What's his name? Terrence Thomas. But see what I'm saying? How people slip stuff in? And the same place I'm talking about, they didn't produce homosexuals up out of there. I ran into one. See what I'm saying? They try to live on this side, but then they get stuck in the middle. They can't get over here, they get stuck right in here with the returning words that don't exist. Because the people say that Meta is the language of the gods, whatever they want to say. The Egyptian, that's what they call Egyptian. Since I've been studying, Amin Ra is in the Quran and in Injil. And Allah, my birthday, all them words go together. Even this word is in there. It's got to be in the Bible somewhere because all this stuff go together. The word hadith is in the Bible. Some of the chapters, I can't wait to get this book so I can show people. But this same book been on the face of the earth all these years. All these smart ass people in the Middle East been coming up with New Testament. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. That ain't in there. I already showed the people that. They done just made up stuff to make themselves feel good and make people look crazy. And then say, if you believe this, take it and don't ask no questions. So a lot of people do that. Then their kids be like, well, mama, I don't believe in no white man. Well, who is Santa Claus? Don't ask no questions, just believe. That's what Christians say. Don't ask no questions, just believe. Believe in this and believe in that. And it don't make no sense. Because that's what me and Tucker was first, when we first met, he was like, man, Bilal, I'm going to have to quit talking to you because he said I was shaking this foundation. A couple of people that told me, they said, I just shook their foundation and then I didn't give them nothing to fall back on. I wasn't trying to. But with him, I did. And like I said, all the people who I knew from back then who claimed some type of Islam, they all then fell off. Except for Mr. Willie Triplett, Swain Daddy, and Don Turner, and I met his daddy. That's it. All the brothers I knew in here, they used to come back here, they couldn't even learn how to do the call of prayer. Guess who said they was going to learn? Stephanie learned to call of prayer because I had about 4 grown-ass men around me every day trying to be Muslim. They could not learn to call of prayer. I think my daughter was about 4 back then. She said, Daddy, I learned to call of prayer and do it. I said, go ahead, and she learned it. That's why when people be saying a girl don't spoil, I don't want to hear that shit. Don't let your daughter do nothing. Then let's see how she turn out. My daughter going to be able to do everything she want to do this positive, as long as I'm on face of the earth. Because I still haven't read where it said a woman can't do the call of prayer. And if a woman believe that, she going to hold herself back worse than the male shoveling his pig. Because they done brainwashed her telling her what she can't do. See how the world works, how this stuff just common sense. For me to tell my daughter, you can't do the call of prayer, the light-skinned people in Arabia told me I shouldn't do that. So sit down. She wouldn't probably talk to me no more. And then I'll be like the rest of you niggas, not knowing how to raise no kids. That's not my style. That's the one who's going to come first out the whole bunch, her and my son. And the rest of my kids after them. But I'm not going to hurt their feelings and down them and hold them back from what's right. Only thing I'm going to hold them back from is some pork, some pimp, some prostitute, a pope, and a preacher. That's what I'm going to hold them back from. But all this stuff, what they got to do with this, whatever they want to do. And Lily come over and say, I want to do the call of prayer. She learned it. Yeah, she can do it. As long as she ain't on her cycle, yeah, she can do it. Because that means she done seen something in it that she like, and she want to make her voice heard. But then I'll be like, nah, you can't do that. You know women don't supposed to do nothing. You're supposed to walk behind us when we walking down the street. See, all that stuff is nonsense. If anything, I'm going to have my woman walking in front of me, so can't nobody look at her figure but me. You know what I'm saying? We going to keep it real. Well, I'm going to put her behind me. That's where the enemy gets you at. You turn around, she done been knocked upside the head. Now you got to run. Because I guess you got your woman in the back for defense. See, Islam is not a hard religion. It's a way of life. You just got to choose to change. And like my man Tucker, I'm going to talk to you today about the medicine stuff. But when it comes to the medicine, that's a change in your whole lifestyle. So that's what people got to realize. You got to change your lifestyle to change. You can't just say, well, I'm a Muslim and expect for all of the flowers to grow every time you step outside because you're such a good person. It don't work like that. When you say, I decided to be a Muslim, then instead of stepping out on the door there, do this and pay attention to where you're going. You got to change. It's like an evolution. You evolve into a new person. It happens, but it happens as a process. Just like when you're going to pray the first time, you're not going to get no salat mark. It's a repetition. You got to keep doing it. Then when you go down inside, like I said, you can get done with your prayer before the commercials go off on Jeopardy, you praying too damn fast. A solid prayer gonna take up almost all the Jeopardy time. So for y'all who like to watch TV, who try to get right, if you're gonna do it that way, kind of wait till something come on TV you don't like. So you can only get in about 30 minutes, because that's about how long prayer lasts. When you sincere and you saying all the words right, just taking your time, not rushing, not assalamu alaikum, then get up and go and turn on TV. Ooh, I thought I missed it. It ain't like, don't do it like that. If you do it like that, it's gonna treat you like that. You treat your salat like you treat your children, then when you get older, your salat gonna take care of you. Because after all the years of making salat and going all the position, see, salat been taking care of your body. Now don't nothing hurt no more. And you can do all that stuff and go down and then get back up. And then be 50-something years old. So I'm saying that's from repetition and keep on doing it. But if you haven't been doing it, you get down there and get down and can't get up. You're 20 years old, got a muscle to pull because you've been faking it. Or you breathing hard. Making salat, and you're supposed to say salat out loud. Open your windpipes up. Make the blood flow. That's what it's for. It's a circulation. It makes everything work. Everything, every organ in the believer is supposed to be strong. No deterioration. No going backwards. No waking up, popping pills just to make sure your back don't hurt and all that crazy stuff. They come up with a pill every day. They still ain't fixed. They ain't cured AIDS. Now they done made a coronavirus vaccination. So I guess the AIDS, that ain't going to cure you till AIDS cure the first people. Ain't no vaccination cure. And that's another word that's up in there, V. It's no V, no vaccination shot. That's a homemade word. I spelled it wrong because it's homemade. There go the V right there. Ain't no V in Arabic. That's what the people run into, vaccination shots, and they all going to pay because they didn't all willfully accepted a disease. They didn't willfully accepted a piece of a plague and broke it off and stuck it in their body because the white man said it's going to be victorious, another V word, or because the Pope said do it, or your preacher telling you to do it.
President.
And they see, ain't no such thing as a president, a president, because that man is an old ass white retard. He talks slow, he looks slow. He the one, and he got his voice is working because people going, but I don't think that many brothers is going to take that shot because niggas ain't crazy. We a little crazy, you know, they go, not me, but we kill each other, we rob, and all that. But when it comes to this, a nigga would catch chicken pox 20 times. I know some before they take a vaccination shot, they just not going. It's always going to be like that. It's always going to be the few black people who sit in this corner that's like, y'all is crazy. I ain't going. But then you got the ones over here that's going to take the vaccination shot. They're going to be all right. But it's time to pull back from the ones who took that vaccination shot because it's going to be active in them and it's going to spread. They're disease carriers now. Like a leper. Believe that. And chicken pox is leprosy. So why, before y'all do that and try to get your kids right, think about that. Chicken pox is leprosy. If you don't believe me, look it up on the internet. Description of leprosy. They're going to say, open festering wounds with pus coming out. Chicken pox. Chicken pox. Then they got a disease down here called a fives. That's scarlet fever. I looked it up. They got niggas down here with scarlet fever, a 14th century disease. They tell them it's called the fives. So they lepers. That's what played that. They got that down in Louisiana. That's what it said, what Micaiah kid told. But that's what they catch down there like chicken pox. So they all plagued out. And it's crazy. People accepting diseases. Then you have girls having retarded kids. They don't even care they retarded as long as they get a check. Girl, all my kids ADHD. I get 5 checks from them bad niggas. They don't even care. Long as they get that check, the kids could be bad as hell. All they want, because all they gonna do is get up and send their bad ass to school. And then 9 times out of 10 from school, prison. Because they already got a mental deficiency and their mamas and daddies don't care because they get a check. And all these kids is coming out like this from the lifestyles they live in. 2 drunk people high on drugs making a baby. All their DNA is wrecked up. Then people having all these diseases. Some women don't need to have kids and breastfeed their children because their bodies is too polluted. Think about that. These people out here taking all these pills, this ecstasy, drinking all this Hennessy, all these man-made drugs, then they breastfeeding kids. So what the kids is? Little alkies, little addicts, little mental problem babies because of the stuff the parents is doing. That's why all this, just like Tucker said, he's trying to make a better life for his kids. Tuck, I'm trying to make a better life for all of the kids. Because this world got too out of hand. And I'll be glad when black people sit back and say, why, and stop sending y'all kids to school. Because that's the only place where the school shootings happen at. And if you ain't got no little white kids spending the night with you, you ain't got to worry about no school shooting. Because it won't be around them. With that, I'd like to end Jumah. Salam alaikum. Was she snoring?
Mm-hmm, she was.